coming out as the golden flower on top of it.
Coming out as the golden flower on top of it.
Okay. So.
He has this message for Brian.
Turn yourself in. They're hunting. They'll find you.
So how do you find someone who doesn't want to be found? Tonight, a former FBI agent offers her perspective.
The reason why everybody is so fascinated with this case is the fact that when they look at Gabby, most people see a sister, a daughter, a granddaughter.
Hey guys, Pedro V here. Now, I want to talk about this before it gets really scrubbed, because I know this was a huge case a couple of days ago, a huge story, and it got national attention very quickly. So if you didn't hear about this case about the supposed Gabby Petito and her boyfriend, now the way they presented this to the masses and every step they took and the way they made it out to be, it almost seemed staged or a front of a deeper agenda here. I noticed how when they first started talking about this, they started showing faces. These two are missing. Gabby and the boyfriend comes home. Then social media blows up saying, "Where's Gabby?" So now they go hunt for Gabby. Then they backtrail to, oh, maybe the boyfriend has something to do with it. Then they choose Florida out of all places. I wonder why. Since it's already targeted, so let's make it a police state and create this virtual manhunt for this person they suspect has something to do with Gabby. Now, another thing with the police officers, there's a lot of them stepping down as well because of the vaccine mandates.
A former Navy SEAL sounding the alarm on hundreds of Navy SEALs quitting over these vaccine mandates. And it's not just happening in the military. Law enforcement members are also fighting back, including a veteran police officer out in California who hung up his badge over the vaccine requirement for all.
But something else caught my eye, and it was the way they're going about this. And I believe I found the true motive behind this operation, which is all about finding people who live off the grid, who aren't tracked by cell phone and so forth.
Well, law enforcement has been searching this reserve for several days now, but this is the first time, I believe, that they've brought in a dive team. So do we know why they're taking this additional step?
Yeah, Linda, well, this is the first time that we have seen that dive team go into the reserve. And we know that they have gone in there because the investigators say that they have searched a number of areas on land. They said that they're starting to exhaust their land search, and they're going to look into the water to see if it contains any clues of Brian or Brian's belongings.
Brianna tells us a case this size is all hands on deck. Agents are everywhere, night and day, looking at every single tip and every clue.
So if somebody is willing to go literally off the grid and maybe live off the land, that is probably the most extreme and difficult way to find someone.
Will you explain to me why at Gabby Petito's funeral, which is in New York and not in Florida where they all live. They used to live in New York, okay, maybe. But the funeral's in New York. It's on Long Island. Why are there two fire trucks putting up their ladders like two towers or like two pillars, and the funeral's taking place between two pillars? Why? Why is the funeral taking place between two pillars? Why is the funeral taking place between two towers? I'm asking the question, why? It's weird to me. And why Blue Point is the city, right? And this reminds me of the I Love New York. This is all ties back to 9/11 over and over, as we'll see. Why do they have the longitude and latitude? Allison Queen, $2. Love Sloan Bella. Hi. Cynthia. Oh, that's good. Blue Point, Blue Beam from Human Experience. Wow, very, very good. Very, very good. What size town has two of those ladder trucks? None. They're from somewhere else. Nobody in her family's a firefighter. She wasn't a firefighter. She was blonde. Maybe it's because of the blonde joke. Longitude and latitude of the city. Weird, right? And the flags aren't in half staff. Do you think that the flags might not be at half-staff because nobody died? How do you have a funeral? Folks, I just noticed this. I'll be frank with you. How do you have a funeral? How do you have a funeral and the flags are not half-staff at a funeral? And nobody's wearing a mask. And it'll be the same on the inside, too, as we'll see as we go on. Where's all the masks? Why is the fire department there? I'm just asking questions, folks. Blue Point, they went out of their way to put on the sign what the longitude and latitude is of Blue Point. And they even put for some reason, that did this equation. Well, if you work that equation, the answer is 33. That's the equation. The answer is 33. And according to the United States Census Bureau, this city is 1.8 square miles, which is a 9. 1.8 is 9. And which is 4.7 kilometers, 11. If you Google this, this is what you get. 9, 11. And then they repeat it. It's 1.8 square miles, or 4.7 kilometers, 9, 11, of which 1.8 square miles, or 9, 11 again, is land, and 0.56 is 0.56% is water. There's another 11. 9/11, 9/11, 9/11, and 33. I'm sure that it's just a coincidence. Get out there and do it now. If you're a girl and you're in a relationship that you don't like, get out of it and go out by yourself somewhere and take a big trip. Take a big trip. You're supposed to be confused, Laura. Let that confusion cause you to ask questions. You're a smart lady. I'll tell you what, I have 2 daughters. And if one of them had just been killed, one of them was missing, they found her body allegedly, I would not be cutting any jokes. I would not be cracking any jokes. He did like 8 minutes, and it was like a stand-up routine. He even did callbacks. It was a stand-up routine. The dude was doing stand-up at his daughter's funeral. He wasn't upset. Stacy Tillman says that she watched it. He joked like a true narcissist the whole time. He did. He did. He joked like a true narcissist the entire time.